Welcome back to Purpose Driven Church for Unificationists. We're on day 63. We are continuing turning members into ministers. And if you remember from the past couple videos, Rick Warren's been talking about how every member destiny and calling is to grow and become a minister in their own right in some way. And now he is expressing how do you find your ministry. And he has this acronym called SHAPE. And the S stands for spiritual gifts. He says that the Bible clearly teaches that God gives each believer certain spiritual gifts to be used in ministry. However, spiritual gifts are only one part of the picture. Spiritual gifts are often overemphasized to the neglect of other equally important factors. Natural abilities that you were born with also come from God. So did your experiences and inborn personality traits. Spiritual gifts reveal a part of God's will for your ministry, but not all of it. Most churches say discover your spiritual gift and then you'll know what ministry you're supposed to have. This is backwards. I believe the exact opposite. Start experimenting with different ministries and then you'll discover your gifts. Until you actually get involved in serving, you're not going to know what you're good at. He says, when I was a teenager, I took a spiritual gift inventory. I guess it's one of these written exams you can do. And discovered the only gift I had was martyrdom. I thought, oh great, that's the gift you get to only use once. I could have taken 100 gift tests and never discovered I was gifted at preaching and teaching. It would never occurred to me because I had never done it. It was only after I began accepting opportunities to speak that I saw the results, received confirmation from others, and realized God has gifted me to do this. Next, H is for heart. The Bible uses the term heart to represent the center of your motivation, desires, interests, and inclinations. Your heart determines why you say the things you do, why you feel the way you do, and why you act the way you do. We instinctively feel deeply about some things and not about others. Another word for heart is passion. There are certain subjects that you feel passionate about, and others you couldn't care less about. That is an expression of your heart. Your God-given motivational bent serves an internal guidance system for your life. It determines what interests you and what will bring you the most satisfaction and fulfillment. It also motivates you to pursue certain activities, subjects, and environments. Don't ignore your natural interests. People rarely excel at tasks they don't enjoy doing. High achievers are most often those who enjoy what they do. Next is abilities. A is for abilities. Abilities are the natural talents you were born with. Some people have a natural ability with words. They come out of the womb talking. Other people have natural athletic abilities. They excel in physical coordination. Some people are naturally good with numbers. They think mathematically and can't understand why you don't understand calculus. And so on and so on and so forth. Musical talent is another example. Or the ability to make money. One of the most common excuses people give for not getting involved in ministry is that they just don't have any abilities to offer. Nothing could be further from the truth. Many national studies have proven that the average person possesses from 500 to 700 skills. The real problem is twofold. First, people need some process of skill identification. Most people are using abilities they are unaware that they have. Second, they need a process to help them match their abilities with the right ministry. That's pretty interesting. 500 to 700 skills. Okay, so he goes on to say there are people in your church who have all kinds of abilities that are not being put to use. Recruiting, researching, writing, landscaping, interviewing, promoting, decorating, planning, entertaining, repairing, drawing, and even cooking. These abilities should not be wasted. There are different kinds of service, but the same Lord. And then P is for personality. He says it's obvious that God does not use a cookie cutter to create people. He loves variety. He made introverts and extroverts. He made people who love routine and those who love variety. He made some people thinkers and other people's feelers. He made people who work best when given an individual assignment and some who work better with a team. There is no right or wrong temperament for ministry. We need all kinds of personalities to balance the church and give it flavor. Your personality will affect how and where you use your spiritual gifts and abilities. For instance, two people may have the same gift of evangelism, but if one is introverted and the other is extroverted, that gift will be expressed in different ways. Woodworkers know that it's easier to work with the grain than against it. In the same way, when you are forced to minister in a manner that is out of character for your temperament, it creates tension and discomfort, requires extra effort and energy, and produces less than the best results. Of course, he's not saying you can't produce good results, but it's just a lot more effort and a lot more work to do that. He says, God made you to be you. You can learn from the examples of others, but you must filter the lessons you learn through your own shape. When you minister in a manner that is consistent with the personality God gave you, you will experience fulfillment, satisfaction, and fruitfulness. It feels good when you do exactly what God made you to do. And lastly, experiences. We need to look at our experiences. Many of our experiences are really opportunities from God that have shaped and molded us to be the kind of person we are. He says God never wastes an experience. At Saddleback, when they're working with people to help discover their ministry, they ask people to look at 5 different areas of experience in their life. Educational experiences, vocational experiences, like what kind of jobs you've enjoyed and achieved results while doing. Spiritual experiences, what have been the meaningful or decisive times with God in your life. Ministry experiences, how you served God in the past. And finally, painful experiences, what are the problems, hurts, and trials that you've learned from. So he just finishes off this section by saying, instead of trying to reshape yourself to be like someone else, you should celebrate the shape God has given you. You'll be most effective and fulfilled in ministry when you use your spiritual gifts and abilities in the area of your heart's desire in a way that best expresses your personality and experiences. Fruitfulness is a result of a good ministry fit. That is all for today, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks.